Ida, am I 36F, the bad guy for not reading between the lines and making sure my husband 39M saw his mother on Mother's Day? I had our first baby 3.5 months ago. He's adorable. I had a rough pregnancy with gestational diabetes. And honestly, my husband wasn't great to me while pregnant. Generally unsupportive. A lot of behavior that our couples therapist called horrible and contemptible. I dropped several specific hints about gifts I'd like for Mother's Day and reminded him several times that Mother's Day was coming up. I woke up and nothing. I had to remind him it was Mother's Day. We got home from a camping trip with his brother and his friend. And as I'm finishing unpacking, I start getting undressed to change. But my boobs are leaking a ton of milk everywhere. The baby is still asleep in his car seat. So I go ask my husband if he can just keep an eye on the baby while I go shower quick. He didn't have to do much, just watch the baby. He rolls his eyes at me. He argues that he's on the phone with his mom. And it's really important to him to talk to her on Mother's Day. I angrily say, I need you to watch the baby for just a few minutes on Mother's Day for the person you recently willingly made a mother, and just go in to show her. I'm now steamed in more ways than one. He then goes to take the dog to the park. On the way home, he picked up a greeting card and books at a bookstore that was still open. I do appreciate the effort, although comically one of the two books is a children's book about how great dads are in the animal kingdom. In all fairness, I just don't think he read the book. I do like seahorses. Of course, we argued about it for days. The merits of my irritation, how it wasn't fair of me to ask him to watch the baby and interrupt his precious call with his mother. Now to the recent kicker. Last night, we talked in circles for what seemed like an hour about how he would have liked to see his mom on Mother's Day. I had talked to her before Mother's Day, and she very specifically said she and her husband had plans. I even tried to look up restaurants that are halfway, but she turned me down. Now, apparently, my husband says that when he later told her he wanted to see her, my repeating that she had already turned me down was me not reading between the lines. He thinks she was just politely letting us have our day together. And now he's mad at me for not showing him empathy in that situation because he'd like to have seen his mom. So, Aida,